Hey friends, welcome back to Crystal's Intuition. Long time no see. I know there's a lot of you out there who are hoping I'm going to be on live this morning. It's Friday morning. I'm not going to be on live this morning. I was going to, but Spirit is telling me I need to take some more time before I do any kind of healing or extension of my energy out there right now. I've actually really I've been told by Spirit that I am to keep my energy close to myself. I am not to be sending it out or reaching out or blending my energy with others in this moment. I'm doing some healing. I've got some upgrades happening, some DNA activations taking place. There's some ascension stuff going on right now for me. This is manifesting physically in my body. And I'm just really focusing strongly on doing self-healing and getting through this time. And as soon as I feel or Spirit lets me know that I've achieved what I've needed to here in this moment, I'll be back to continue doing my readings for everybody out there. I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm missing you guys. But I did have somebody reach out to me and ask me if I could do a reading on an individual who's missing in the Bahamas, and I will say a young soul, because it does feel like a very young soul to me. So this is a individual by the name of Taylor Casey, a 41-year-old transgender woman who is from the Chicago area. Actually was on a retreat at a yoga retreat place in the Bahamas. And she went there, had been there for about a month's time, and apparently was reported missing by the people who run the yoga retreat. They said she didn't show up for her classes. So her family has been there. So a friend of hers actually reached out to me in my comments and asked me if I could read on her. She said she's a friend of hers, and she asked me to. So I received this comment a while ago, and like I do, true to fashion, it happens for me the way it does. Doesn't seem to be a lot of variation in that, and that is I have to wait for Spirit to connect me. And because I do kind of have a lot energetically going on right now, it kind of took a minute. But I do feel like I was able to finally connect to Taylor's energy, and I do feel like I am able now to maybe do a little, I've done some off-camera reads for her, several meditations. I had a bit of a prophetic dream I believe may have been connected to her. I'm not 100% sure. But I just did another reading, and all the while in the energy of, can I share this? Can I share this? A lot of times I'm met with a no, and sometimes I will manifest as like a very nauseated feeling. I'll get super nauseous. When that happens, that's a big no-go for me. So like yesterday, all day, every time I tried to sit down and read on this, I would have this nausea come up. So I tried again this morning. I'm feeling the connection is leading me back, bringing me back to my table over and over. So when an energy brings me back to my table, it's because I'm supposed to read on it. And then, but I do feel like it's been opened up at this point. If the nausea comes back in the midst of this, I will stop and start again next time. I'm going to try it on camera this time. Starting with, I'm going to talk about the cards that I already have sitting on my table. This is a reading, an energetic reading that I started off camera, and then I'll put these then I'll put these cards back in the decks, and we will see if we can get some duplicate messages by pulling them again. Okay, so before I started this video, obviously, like I said, I've already been in the midst of a reading. I've already called in my guides, called in Taylor's guides, actually called in the soul, the spirit of Taylor herself. Now, just so that you understand, in the way I work with energies, so just because I say I'm calling in the spirit or the soul of Taylor does not mean she's passed, okay? When I say that, we can still call or connect to the energy of living people as well. So when I say, I'm just verifying right now, I'm just pulling on the energy of Taylor's soul, her energetic energy, whether it be living human energy or spirit energy. Asking for that, asking for her guides, asking for the connection there. Of course, working within the God Source energy and with the angelic protections as well. And I do extend that out to anyone watching my videos, interacting with my videos, you know, commenting, sharing their opinions, their views, their ideas, which I love. So keep doing it, please. So know that that is there and in effect for you, and that you are divinely protected within the God Source energy. Okay. All right. So what I did first was I went into the Situations Oracle deck and asked for some basic energies on the situation of what happened to Miss Taylor. And then I followed it up with just some confirmations from the from the Light Star or Light Worker Tarot. Light Workers Tarot, yes. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the beginning here, and the first card I pulled was financial support. This came from the Situations, financial support. On the bottom of the card it says child alimony government, but for me, this feels like there was a monetary, some kind of a monetary connection. So either the ashram, or which is the name of the yoga retreat, I don't know the exact name, but that's the word that comes to mind is ashram. I think I may have heard it would be referred to as ashram. Either it was their monetary, like they were getting money off of this situation, either they were making money off of it, or somehow there was a money or a financial gain energy attached. Okay, when I asked for a confirmation with the tarot, I did get that with the 10 of coins coming in, telling me, and this is building a legacy. The 10 of coins is building a future, building a legacy, retirement, stuff like that. So, and when I pull this card, what I see here is many hands. So I feel like with the financial support, this does mean that there were many hands, and so there was financial support was the overall energy. I think maybe Taylor was going there to learn skills that would, you know, in the long run bring her financial stability. I think the people where she was going to that run this yoga retreat, they make money off of this yoga retreat, so then it brings them financial stability. But I think what happened to her in this situation that caused her to become missing, I think that also brought some kind of a financial opportunity as well. So the biggest overall energy here, money, financial, that's what they're saying. Okay, so that's one energy. Okay, the next one coming in, when asking for energies connected to Taylor and why she went missing, we got legal. So this coming in with court work, paperwork, filed being the words on the bottom, but with legal, I asked for a confirmation on what legal would mean, and I got the devil card, meaning illegal activities. So what this is telling me is that the financial part of this is somehow there's some illegal stuff going on within the realm of this energy. So there's illegal stuff happening. And when I get the devil card, to me a lot of the times this means drugs, this means sex, it can be extortion, murder, I mean all of those things. Illegal activity is being tied to this. So whatever within the energy of what happened to her, there is the energy of things being illegal, negative, dark, attached. Okay, the next one I pulled was tragedy. As far as like energetic connections, we got tragedy. The words on the bottom of the card is forbidden love. Okay, when I asked for a confirmation or further information on the tragedy, I got the Sun card. So intuitively what I want to say about this is this: the Sun card meaning this was a vacation spot, this was a place where she was there. Fun in the sun comes to mind. Forbidden love, I'm not exactly 100% sure why those words are surfacing here, but with the fun in the sun, I want to say the sun brings me back to this yoga retreat. Some kind of something that's going on that's either forbidden or something that maybe is happening behind the scenes that is against the rules, or something that they teach against that is like a hypocritical type thing. There's something that they teach against or that they portray to be is actually not. It's actually there's something happening behind the scenes that is not okay, that is not going to be seen as an okay thing. It's something to keep hidden. Okay, forbidden love is something that's hidden away, something that's not okay, something that's not of the norm, something that's not to be played out in light, the light of day, in the sunlight, okay? So that's what that's telling me. So there's something there that's really off as far as that retreat. I am picking up on that immediately. The next one I pulled, pretending, reiterating the same feeling of, you know, we are not who we portray to be. This is not what it looks like. And with that energy, I pick up on a feeling of isolation, of like secrecy, of like you're not allowed to talk about, like, you don't talk about what goes on here, or you don't share what goes on here, or like this information doesn't leave the room type energy is what comes with the pretending. You know, I pick up on very dark energies surrounding this yoga retreat. This is not a place of the light, and that's really what they're pretending to be. They're pretending to be like a spiritual school, or a spiritual retreat, or a place to go and learn and spiritually evolve and become a higher version of yourself. And this is actually not what they are. I feel like this is more like a place where they draw people in who are of the light, because they're like energetic vampires there. Like, that's how that they basically eat your energy when you go there. I don't really know how else to put it, because when I see it, when I envision this place, I envision you walking into a big black hole, and it only exists because people continue to walk into it, and it just eats your energy there. I think there's a possibility she may have been opening her eyes to this and questioning some things that were going on, because I pick up on some kind of an altercation or questioning that was happening, or something not being met eye to eye. Something wasn't being seen eye to eye between her and some other members, maybe more established members, or maybe even people who were running the place. Like, something they were doing was being questioned. That it wasn't true, that it was a pretense, okay? Following up with the confirmation being the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, the words on the card is all in and determined, but for me, the Seven of Wands represents self-defense. It represents self-defense. So with the pretending and the self-defense, this is not wanting people to know the truth about something, about who they were, not wanting to know the truth. This is keeping things in the dark, defending your secret. Okay. So the next, and then actually I had two tarot come out with the pretending card, okay? The first one was the Seven of Wands. The second one was actually the Hermit card, again giving me that feeling of isolation, of pulling back away, isolation. And I do know that it was reported that the family and the people that came to investigate this place, they were basically met with, like, you don't talk to our participants, you don't talk to our visitors, our guests, whatever you want to call them, our vacationers, do not talk to them. And it's something that's been kept a secret. There's no posters, missing posters of Taylor down around there. They're not talking about it. People, it's just not real widely known that it happened as much as it should be. And so I just got a weird feeling, as I said that, of deja vu, like the same kind of energetic feeling I get from deja vu, which tells me that this may be a repeating thing that happens at this place, okay? This may be like a repetitive thing that goes on or happens here at this place, okay? That just now came in. Okay, the next one I pulled was insatiable. The words on the card are unquenchable and wanting more, okay? So with that one, I feel a couple different energies. Insatiable, wanting more. I feel like there's something that happens energetically in this place that keeps people there. It's a manipulation of the energies. So either they're using substances, physical substances, or energetic substances, energetic something, that are really kind of clouding people's judgment, almost like being intoxicated would. So that they're actually staying there, and it is keeping them from being able to recognize what's actually going on there and what's actually happening there. Okay, asking for confirmation on that feeling. Again, I got the Death card. Okay, this place is, either they're using drugs, energy manipulation, some kind of dark forces, dark lower vibrational energy. Okay, definitely picking up on that. Okay, so I'm getting the spirit, the the feeling of a presence right now, of of a spirit, of a soul. There is a spirit here with me. Okay. Okay, so let me keep going. Now you can talk to me, whatever you want me to say, you just share it through me. I do feel the presence of someone here with me right now. The next card I got was trash, discarded, and thrown out. Okay, so then asking for further information on this one, I got the Four of Coins, holding tight. So with the trash and the hold, okay, the energy that comes off of trash and throwing out is, I do believe that Taylor was targeted for the fact that she fell into some specific categories. Okay, one being that she was African American, two being that she was transgender. Both of these factors brought her social status, I don't know how else to put it, her social status, social identity, the way that, especially in the culture over in the Bahamas, in that area, the way that people of that those two statuses, black and well, African American, I don't even like calling someone black because people are all different shades of dark, of brown. So African American and transgender, both of those two things would definitely put you in a lower standard, not standard, a lower classification within the citizens, with the community. You know what I'm talking about. If you live in this, on this planet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so feeling like that, okay, so that feeling gives, that energy gives me the feeling, sorry, that she was targeted because of these things. She was considered someone who they could easily get away with targeting this individual. So, but I also feel like she was targeted in more, there was many hands in this. She was targeted in more than one way. She was not just targeted for the money she brought the yoga retreat as she was there, because it was not a free place to be. Okay, so she was not just targeted by that, but she was targeted because of those other factors as well, her race and her identity. Okay, all right, and then I asked for, so I do definitely think that she was definitely singled out for the event that took place to her. And then asking for an ending message, I got unconditional love. This is why she was there. This was the whole, for her, there was a financial aspect to it. Like, I think she went there trying to upgrade herself so that she could be a teacher or an instructor of some kind, or somebody who, like maybe a life coach, or maybe she would help go out and, I see she had this grand vision of being a spiritual coach for the transgender community explicitly. I think maybe she would have helped other spiritual individuals too, but she was more geared towards that community. I think that was her goal, and her long-term goal was being that for those, that kind of like subculture. Okay, that was because she was an unconditionally loving person, and she saw beyond gender and beyond race and beyond any of that. And when I get a further validation of that, I get the Knight of Wands, this being a flowing attraction, this being a the Knight of Wands energy is that of love, of a flowing attraction. She was attracted to this place because of her desire to be that helper, that healer, that guru, that the one to help that subculture is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that's how this reading started out. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in to the decks, and we will ask for some validations on the information I just shared. So I will say, I was given a few visions. I do feel like there was 3. Okay, I do feel like there's somebody within that organization, maybe even a couple of people within that organization, that ashram yoga retreat. Okay, so Spirit tells me that the location of this retreat is significant. So, for whatever reason, The precise location is very significant. There's a reason it was chosen to be where it's at, okay? So that's been pointed out to me. Spirit's also telling me that there are individuals within this community that have their own little thing going on, and they are connected to a group outside of this community who work within several islands, who work within other islands. Not a good organization, not a good group of people at all. These are like traffic, okay? They and many different forms, okay? There's another form of financial gain that I was picking up on that boom came right out first card. So I will say that, and in vision I was given what looked like a male and a female, a partnership of individuals within the community, within this group, that are and there may be more that know about it, but there's two main individuals who are working with an outside group. And I was given this, what shows like this exchange of information about Taylor, okay? And what brought the attention to her was that she fits a specific request that's been given to this group. So something kind of like this went down. If you come across this kind of a rare product with this attribute and this attribute and this attribute, let me know, because that's worth top dollar to me. Okay, I feel like she fell within, and I feel like she was targeted from before. So I think she must have been here at this retreat before. She must have she was at this retreat before, or she knew somebody from this retreat or at this retreat from before this vacation time, because she was on someone's radar, or I don't want to say target. She wasn't targeted until this specific trip there, or this specific time, but energetically it feels like she caught someone's eye before. And it's almost like, oh, well, if that one returns, I'm going to snatch up that opportunity. That's the energetic feeling I get, okay? Right here, I'm going to stop and say, everything I say in my videos comes from my own intuition. If I share any factual information, it's everything I've gotten off of public domain sites, free for anyone out there. Like, again, I did say I'm here because I was asked by a friend to do this, and because Spirit gave me the go-ahead. So far, I'm still getting it, to go ahead and read on this energy. Everything comes from my own intuition, my own interpretation of the visions that I receive, any kind of energetic feelings that come in. Everything is for educational and research purposes only. I encourage you to go out, do your own due diligence, do your own research, form your own opinions, listen to your intuition, and form your own intuitive opinions as well. Everyone is innocent until considered guilty by a court of law, and so I do have to go ahead and state that just to protect myself, and coming from a place of unconditional love and light only. So I do not claim to know everything. I do not claim to be right. I do not claim to be giving factual information unless I am, and I'd never claim that, because what I get comes from public domain. So it's as factual as it is where I get it from. The one other thing that I do want to share is that one of the visions that I did receive, I feel like she was literally taken from the tent, directly taken to a boat. This required the cooperation. Now, it was the cooperation of multiple people, but I do believe there's a possibility that maybe something was given, some kind of a drug or some kind of something was given to her prior to the incident taking place. When I tap into this energy and I meditate on the moment that she disappeared, I get a feeling of being really woozy, really out of it, really kind of dizzy and lightheaded and just not right, okay? That has been a reoccurring feeling, so it's not just one time, it's something that has reoccurred. It may be something was given to her to prepare her for what happened. I'm just putting that out there. That's Just putting that out there because this is a recurring feeling. But I do feel like somebody came directly into her tent. It happened really fast. She was yanked right up. There was, two people may have entered the tent. It may have been one with one waiting outside, and then I feel like there was someone else waiting with a boat, some kind of a boat. They took her on a boat. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. She's not on that island anymore. I think she's actually been taken to another island, but she was taken somewhere else from there. And I'm just gonna say, intuitively speaking, I do not feel like Taylor will be returned. I do not feel like Taylor will be found. Intuitively speaking, I'm telling you, I feel like Taylor has passed. Taylor has come to me in spirit. I felt her. I feel her now. She's got a very beautiful energy, very light-filled, very, very kind, very loving, very open-minded, and very sweet, very earthy, very down-to-earth, very earthy, very love-filled, a very light-filled individual, very. And she kind of realized right away as soon as she, I feel like what she tells me is that she realized right away as soon as she passed over that, oh man, that was like, okay, the way she makes me feel is like, well, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but okay, now what? Kind of like that. She has given me the feeling that she's concerned about her mother. She has given me the feeling that she's really worried about the health of her mother. She's concerned about what this has done and is doing to her mother, and pointing out health problems that this is causing or creating or exasperating with her mother. And that's like for her, that's where her concern is kind of like concentrated right now. She's fine. She's good. She's like, she comes with the energy of like, wow, that was the hardest game I've ever played. I may have made a few bad moves, but for the most part, I stayed true to my authenticity through the whole game, and I will consider that a win. I may be opted out early, but I consider it a win, and that's kind of her attitude. Like, okay, all that happened, and yeah, it's unfortunate and it's kind of fucked up, and I was a victim of bad circumstances, and although her intentions were that of purity, of soul, of evolution, of helping others, of being a healer for others, and helping others heal through their identity crises and their traumas and their own psychosis, different things like that. I'm hearing the word psychosis. For some reason, I'm hearing psychosis. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if she was like a counselor but I'm hearing psychosis for some reason. So I don't know if she was she a counselor maybe? Or worked with, I don't know. Anyways, she's basically what she wants me to say is that she's okay. She's good. She's okay. She understands what happened and what she got snagged into. And it sucks, and it's bad. It's all bad. It's a terrible, terrible, horrible situation, and it was just awful. But she's good, is what she wants me to put across. She's good. She's good. But she's concerned about her mother. So, all right, Spirit. Asking for you to give me some validation to show. Mainly this is for the friend or the individual who reached out to me in my comments. Feel free to comment again if you'd like to. And ask me to do this reading. Can you give me some validation for this individual on some of the things that I've said, on all the things that I've said so far? For Taylor Casey, please. Now, I can tell you, Taylor's energy is beautiful. Taylor was sweet. Taylor was a much higher evolved soul who had to descend pretty far to come down to this dimension. So it was a bit shocking for her, I have to say. And it was hard for Taylor's soul to assimilate to a specific sex because of that, because there's no sex in spirit. We do not have a designated sex in spirit. So because it was such a large dissension for her to come from where she was down to here, it was very hard for her soul to acclimate into the assigned sex. And as a matter of fact, she just could not. She could not. So she followed her true authenticity by going with what she felt the strongest, which would have been the feminine energy. Okay, I'm gonna put that back in. Those did not flip over. All right, so asking for validation or further information on what happened with Miss Taylor. Okay, we actually had 4 pop over. We got obsession. On the bottom it says must have and indulgence. Okay. Then we got plugged, tuned in, internet, and connected. That immediately brings me back down to that same energy of a connection from inside of the organization to outside of the organization. There's some kind of a connection, tuned in. It's almost like this retreat is a plug for someone else. Like they are a plug. Like they provide. Maybe that's the wrong way to put it. They are. So there's this big organization of really bad people that do really bad, multiple bad things. Okay, come out as the devil card twice. They consider this is just one of their clients or one of their resources or one of their places to go. Almost like hear the word store, like a store to them. It's almost like one of their stores. Okay. Then we got racing. On the bottom of the card says running or avoiding. Interesting. And then we got desire, lust, and sexual chemistry. Okay. Let's see. Can I have anything more energetically? Okay. We got nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas. For me, when the nightlife card comes out, I think about drugs, alcohol, money being exchanged, sex being exchanged, the nightlife, like all the things that happen in the dark. But nightlife for me is pointing out that this was something that happened at night. This happens at night. This is something that happens at night. Okay. We'll get some further validation on that with tarot. Anything else? Anything else? Single. We got single. The words on the bottom of the card, current status unavailable. Single, definitely feel like she was singled out. I definitely feel like it. Okay, something was just energetically brought to my attention. On this card, it is halfway colored and halfway not colored, telling me the mixture. Another thing that Spirit has shared with me is that there was something significant about the color of her skin. The specific color of her skin. The specific shade of the color of her skin has repeatedly been brought to my attention. Intuitively now it is. Something about her skin color and the mixture of DNA within her that brought about the color of her skin is something significant here too. And the fact that she was singled out for it. Okay. Then we got soulmate, similar, friendship, and romantic partner. I do feel like there was somebody within this group of individuals who kind of like did like this thing with her that befriended her with not the intentions that they were presenting to have. I just got ringing in my right ear. Okay. Spirit, please help me out with wording this. Someone was using the basis of a friendship to their advantage, but it was a pretense of a friendship. It wasn't real. And I feel like she kind of knew this. She had a suspicion of this. It may be that she was kind of like starting to question this friendship. The real, true. I feel like Taylor, okay, I feel like she was very empathic, very empathic. She really was sensitive, and she could pick up on the energies, and she knew when something was off. She could feel when something was off, or if someone was feeding her a line of BS, or telling her something to placate her, or just ignoring her, or putting her off, or, yeah. And it feels like that. It feels like that type of a thing. Like maybe she felt like she was starting to question somebody she felt like this type of dynamics were taking place with, is the energy that's coming in off that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to tarot. I think I'm going to grab a different deck, though. Let's grab a different deck. Let's do the Mind's Eye. Let's do the Mind's Eye. Okay, Spirit, asking for some validation, confirmation, further information on these energies that have been pulled out. Taylor Casey. It's Taylor Casey, such a beautiful, beautiful soul. If ever there was an energy that feels sexless or non-gender or non-gender specific, it's hers. Beautiful energy. Okay, so with obsession, with the obsession card, must have, see, I'm feeling the spiritual presence. It's, when it happens, it feels like spider webs on my face, or like hair, like there's a hair on me or something. So I'm feeling that. So I do feel like she's present. Okay, so Taylor, if that is you, and if that is you that is present, which I really do feel like it is, it's that warm. Okay, I'm being told to say the word honeysuckle. I don't know what that means, but I feel like this will be significant to someone. The word honeysuckle. Honeysuckle? Okay. Okay, so obsession, must have, indulgence. What is the obsession? Okay, stop touching my face. I can feel you. Obsession. Ooh. Oh boy, I stirred up the energy there. All right, I'm going to put those back in. I'm asking that you flip the cards face up so I know they're for me, or for you, or they're the answer. What does obsession mean? Must have, indulgence. I see. Ah, okay. So we got Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving help. It is about I scratch your back, you scratch mine. It is about my healing process is your healing process. Okay? So the obsession coming in was that. That was the whole point for her being there. That was her obsession. She was obsessed with becoming a yogi master, a yogi, a healer on a deep level. That's what she wanted to do, and she firmly believed that that was her purpose here, and it was. Okay, next card, plugged. The tuned in, internet, connected. So what does the plugged card mean, please? What more can I know about plugged? Ooh, all right. We got the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who comes in fast and swift, bearing arms. They come to make radical change. They can be determined as the strong arm in the situation. Very forceful. They come out of nowhere really fast and furious. In and out, like a flash. So whoever it is that was plugged into here is being referred to as, oops, I'm sorry, that was the wrong card. Whoever it is that's being plugged into here was referred to as the Knight of Swords. So this would be a separate energy that comes from the outside in really fast. In and out fast. Okay. So that's, the plugged is referring to an outside energy coming and going. That's validation for me. The next card coming in was racing, running, and avoiding. So Spirit, can I please ask for further information on this? The racing, running, avoiding. What is this? Went to the floor. Now we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This would be another energy. This is someone with a monetary gain in mind. This is someone who's trying to work a deal. The Knight of Pentacles comes in with a strategy. So the racing, the running, the avoiding. This is someone who is, what are they avoiding? They're avoiding the truth coming out. They're avoiding the reality of the situation being known. Okay, I'm going to ask for some further information on that one. Can I please get some? Okay, I'm being led to use a different deck. Okay. Nope. Sorry. I use the gold foil. Okay. Can I ask who? Who is the Knight of Pentacles and how are they connected? Who is the Knight of Pentacles and how are they connected, please? The Knight of Pentacles? Whoever it is that's avoiding the truth, or we got the Tower. The Tower would be the temple. That looks like a temple. That's that place for me. I'm sorry, that's that place for me. That is the Tower for me. I see the temple immediately. Immediately I see the temple. Tell me you don't. Somebody that works there. There's no doubt in my mind. The next one is desire. It says lust and oops, dang it. It says lust and sexual chemistry. How does desire fit into this? All right, we got Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is greed. Four of Pentacles is greed, wanting more, wanting something, wanting more, desiring something. It would be, like I said, it was her. It was her. It was her. It was... there was something specifically about her, and I want to say it was the color of her skin. It had something to do with the color of her skin. And all of her skin. All of it. Okay? All of it. Spirit is showing me body parts, skin. Just color, just skin. African American skin. In all the places. Something about the color of her skin. Okay. Somebody wanted her skin. Sorry, that's what they're telling me. For a money reason. Out of greed. Okay. You'd have to say that. Okay, next is the nightlife. Gamble, taking a risk, and Vegas. What more can I know about this card, please? Okay, I had a whole bunch come out here, and I'm just going to put them back in. I'm just going to put those back in and redo it, because they didn't feel right. Okay, this one didn't flip over, but I'm going to look at it anyways. Now I know why I had to look at it. Justice. So with nightlife, gamble, taking a risk, and Vegas, justice coming in on that. So this whole thing right here is a gamble. There are risks taken here. There are big risks, big gambles. What's the gamble? What's the risk? Justice. Being faced with justice. Period. Okay, the next one, single. I'm trying not to let this video go too long. Okay, so validate for me whether or not single is pointing out two things. Her being alone and targeted or singled out, and maybe the color of her skin. Mixing of whatever her genetics are to make it that specific color is being pointed out. Can I get validation for that? And there we go. We've got the Six of Cups again. The Six of Cups is the childhood. This is nostalgia. This is looking... She may have been a child she may be an only child, number one. That's being pointed out to me. There's a very good possibility she is an only child. Okay? A single only child, that comes in right away. So she's an only child, I think. If she's not an only child, she is very different than her siblings on a huge way, in a huge way. The giving and taking, the childhood, the nostalgia, the giving, the taking. Can I get some further validation on this one or some further information? What is the Six of Cups telling me here? Ah, heartbreak, Three of Swords. Something about her childhood, something about her nostalgia, something stemming from childhood, that childhood trauma, some kind of healing of some kind of childhood trauma. It's probably surrounding her identity, what she identifies as, is being pointed out. Okay. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, single. I think she was a child who felt alone. She felt kind of out, alone. She did. She felt singled out. She felt alone. She probably was a little withdrawal as a younger child. I don't feel like she was like that as an adult so much per se. If she was, it was by choice. But as a child, I feel like she felt very different than everyone around her. She felt very different and was secluded in a way. This caused some trauma, some inner trauma. She was addressing that. She was working through that in the moment of this. She's showing me this right now. She was like hot and heavy into some shadow work right in the moment. She was trying to do some elevation of her soul. She was trying to bring her vibration up and trying to elevate herself. She was kind of working through some childhood trauma at the time. And that's definitely being pointed out. It says current status, so that's what she was focusing on. And then with similar friendship and romantic partner, is this pointing out somebody possibly involved that had befriended her under false pretenses that's involved with that place? That's what I'm feeling on that one. The Hanged Man. This is looking at things from a different perspective. This is taking yourself out of the situation, stopping, turn around, and look at it different. Something not what it appears, pretense. A friendship that wasn't really a friendship. Look at that relationship from a different point of view. What more can I know about that, please? What more can I know about that? What more can I know about that? Eight of Wands. It changed fast. Something switched up really fast. Something happened out of the blue. She did not see it coming. Or maybe she did, but it was too late. Okay, what more can I share? What more can I share from... Taylor, what more do you want me to share before I end this reading? What more do you want me to share? Okay, those did not flip over. I'm feeling like I need to change decks. Hold on. Now I'm going to go back to that other one I was going to do earlier. Okay. Okay, I had to pause the video, pause the camera, because as I went to go reach for this deck, a chunk of them fell off onto the floor and they went too far for me to just bend over and reach. The way they splayed out though, is very significant to me. And so when just a little chunk of the deck, this is it right here, fell to the floor and landed on the floor, they all kind of splayed out like this, which tells me that they are a message. That's what it tells me. There's a reason that they came out. So rather than to sit and pull these cards or shuffle them and pull them, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and look at what came out on the floor, because there's a reason for everything. I do not believe in coincidence. I believe everything happens energetically. Everything happens for a reason. We send energy out, and everything energetically ripples through the energies, happens for a reason. Okay. First one being the Ace of Pentacles, telling me this was a money opportunity. There was some very, very first message that came out at the beginning of this reading had to do with money. It's, again, financial opportunity of some sort. Then we got the Seven of Swords. But so look at this. Seven of Swords, again, remember I said it is the defense. Excuse me, the defense, taking defense. But look at how this individual is standing behind a tree. Doesn't he kind of look like he's hunting? That sticks out to me. We got the Eight of Wands again. That we just got that. That was like one of the last cards we just got before I pulled the new deck. Eight of Wands. This is something coming out of the blue, something happening out of nowhere. And it's funny that the water comes in on this energy. Something coming out of nowhere from the water. Something coming from the water is being pointed out there. Okay, then we've got the Three of Cups. Remember I said I felt like there was three individuals that were involved? Again, on the beach coming from the water. Right? Okay, then we got the Queen of Cups. This is Taylor for me. This is Taylor being taken on the beach towards the water. Next one being the Three of Hearts, heartbreak, betrayal. Some kind of betrayal by the High Priestess. Someone with secrets. Someone who pretends to be something they're not. Someone who messes with some dark arts or dark energies. Okay. Holy crap, right? Right? What? Okay. So to keep this from going too much longer, I'm asking Spirit to bring forth some ending messages at this point. What is some ending messages that I can share regarding Taylor? Unfortunately, I do not feel like she's going to be found. I hate having to say that. She may be found, but it's not going to be the outcome that everyone's hoping for, I don't believe. I do feel like she's concerned about her mother's health. Really concerned about what this is doing to her mother. So if nothing else, she would like to get some answers just for that reason, if nothing else. Like, she's not real worried about like personal justice per se, like some spirits really are. She's not. It's not about that for her. It's like she doesn't really need that. But she needs her mom to be okay. Okay, any kind of ending message I can share, please, regarding Miss Taylor Casey. Any ending message I can share regarding Taylor Casey? These cards really want to go to the floor. Really want to go to the floor. Okay, I'm smelling fire. What smells like campfire. I'm smelling campfire all of a sudden. Smelling campfire. Okay, I just got Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a new project, starting something new, a new opportunity, a new project. I feel like this energetically, this is saying something needs to be let go of, or there needs to be a new way of approaching, a new approach, a new pathway, a new approach. Either that, or there's some kind of something new, some kind of a new project. A new approach, a new project. I just want to say that. Some kind of a new project. And it feels connected to Taylor's family or her loved ones or her people. Some kind of a project. Okay, what more can I share? Five of Cups. this project is surrounding what happened to Taylor. So maybe look at it in a different way, you guys. Maybe approach it in a different way, look at it in a different way, handle it in a different way, energetically work it in a different way. There needs to be a new approach, a different approach. A creative, some kind of a new thought process needs to take place to create a different approach. To get your answers, there needs to be a different approach made. To get your answers, because you're feeling left out in the cold. The Five of Cups is feeling completely like, I'm not getting any answers here. I'm not getting any answers. Nobody's telling me anything here. Nobody's helping me. I'm not getting any help. I'm feeling completely left on my own, to my own devices, and I don't know what to do. That's the feeling, energetically. A new approach. Look at it in a different way. A new approach. What is this? Can we get some hints? Where do we start? What new approach? Where do we go from here? What advice do I give? Gosh, I tell you, the cards are all wanting to go to the floor. Two of Wands. This is definitely travel. Two of Wands is travel. Two of Wands is travel. She was taken off. She was traveled. She was taken away. Okay, so don't go back to... She's not on that island. Thank you, Spirit. She's not on that island. So look at it from that point of view. Start there. Start there. If you think going to that island is going to find her or be the answer, that's not it. Taking yourself physically to that island, traveling to that place with the intention of getting her and bringing her home, that has been the focus. That needs to change. There needs to be a new approach. It needs to be looked at differently. Maybe rather than going there and getting her and bringing her home, it needs to be changed to getting her justice, or justifying what happened to her in such a way that we get this place, so that what happened to her doesn't happen to someone else, and that's her justice in a way, if that makes sense. Am I saying that right, Spirit? Okay, there you go. There's my goosebumps. There's my hair standing up. Thank you, Spirit. That's my confirmation. Okay, anything else I need to share before I end this reading? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? She does feel like she's good. She's okay. She's good. She had a bit of a struggle in her life. But she feels like she did everything right according to her plan for this lifetime. Like she came here, she may have had a rocky start, but she remained true to her authenticity through the whole thing. Like she stuck true to what she felt inside and didn't like fall in line like those around her, or like people wanted her to, basically. Nine of Pentacles. She, for the most part, she's happy with how things went in her life. Looking back at it from a higher, like overall, like big picture type of a thing. With the Seven of Cups being, these are the two that came out. We've got Seven of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. With the Seven of Cups being many options, having many options, having tried many different things, having been given many opportunities, or taking opportunities, or creating her own opportunities. But she feels like she was given that. And that was one thing she came here to do, was to experience a lot. And she got to do that. And she does feel happy and satisfied that she was abundant in that way. Taylor's ending message is that, is that of, you guys, we all come here to be actors on a stage. We all have parts to play, and it's what you take from that when all this is over that matters. Not all the little things and the little things. People are getting too hung up on too many little details and petty stuff. Is this right, Spirit? Yeah. Stuff. There's too much stuff. She's telling me there's way too much stuff. People need to let go of the stuff. There's too much stuff, is what she's telling me. There's too much stuff. People have too much stuff. Okay, that is Taylor's sending message. Get rid of all the stuff. Really, it's not about the stuff. It's about the energy, the time, and it's about the love. And what you do with it while you're here. Right? Okay. All right. There you go. From Taylor's heart to my heart to your heart. Thank you so much for watching me. I'll be back soon to be doing my free live readings again. Thank you so much for affording me the time I need to heal and get right within my own spirit, mind, and body. And I'm wishing you all so much love and light, gratitude, and the highest vibes. Blessed be everyone.